Zero found a report from The Ringer, Kevin O'Connor, saying that Miami and Dallas are looking at Kawhi. Kawhi can opt out. And the Mavs would be looked upon as a favorite to land him because of Luka. And Kawhi, when he was at Nike, had that past relationship with Nico Harrison. RJ and I, of course, would be all in.
Oh, yeah.
I only had one Tolo on Instagram hit me back when I posted it and say, nah, don't need that attitude. Don't need that Kyrie type dudes. Don't need that stuff around here. You can't rely on the guy. He won't play games. And that is true. It's hard to rely on Kawhi Leonard, but, I mean, he's Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and I don't know there's an attitude with Kawhi. Kawhi's attitude is that, what, he's quiet?
Well, except for these weird stories behind the scenes about medical staffs.
Yeah, I mean, he can be mad. Let him be mad at the medical staff. Like, this is the price of doing business in the NBA. You've got to deal with people that are kind of weird, let's be fair. Like, Kyrie's a weird dude. I mean, he's bad. It means he's a weird dude.
Yeah.
Kawhi's a weird dude. And again, doesn't mean he's bad guy. He's just a little bit off. And this is what he's into. And you've got to deal with that. Look, we got blinders on. Luka's a pain in the butt, too. I mean, the guy doesn't stop complaining to the officials. The guy's been in the league 3 years. He's gotten a coach fired. Whether you want to believe he got fired or not. Let's be fair on this one. So they're all a little bit off. They all have their issues they're dealing with.
Yeah.
It's just which ones are you willing to put up with? I'm personally not willing to put up with flat earth people. So that's where I draw. Where do you draw the line? It's not at drugs. It's not at flat earth.
Flat earth.
If you believe in the flat earth theory, you cannot play for me. And that's where I am with Kyrie.
So if Sha'Carri Richardson didn't get in trouble for cannabis, but she said, I'd like to run the entire flat earth one day, you would say Olympic disqualification.
I would root for the Netherlands or whoever the hell is involved in that. Or somebody else in the U.S.
The big lead, who I usually like to swear off, came up with 4 future fits for Kawhi. Again, he's known to be a California dude. He wanted to go back. He's got all millions of dollars in property there. I think LeBron is now in love with California. The Clippers, obviously, number 1 on this list. The Mavericks were number 2. Kawhi and Luka would be a hell of a pair, and Kevin O'Connor said the Mavs are one of the teams who will push hard for him. Luka is durable, and when there was a question about that, and Kawhi has gotten a chance to see him up close during the last 2 postseasons. Ideally for Dallas, they would probably work out a sign and trade and send Porzingis to L.A., but with Tim Hardaway becoming a free agent and another year before Luka's max extension would kick in, then Kawhi could theoretically sign a 1-year deal in Dallas without the Mavs being forced to move Porzingis. It's a tight window, but it might be worth it. So that was their write-up on it. Also listed, Miami, along with the New York Knicks. There you go. You want to put them in order? What makes the most sense for him?
I think L.A. is number 1 still. They just made the conference finals without him. And obviously, for him, he also is from that area, Southern Cal.
But yesterday I asked you which team would have better Vegas odds to win the title, Kawhi on the Clippers next year or Kawhi on the Mavs?
Oh, the Mavs. But the place he's going to live is part of it.
You do okay. How are you defining the fit? Are you doing the fit for him or just like the best basketball situation? How do you want to put them in order?
I'm going to add. It's all together.
Okay. So if you're Kawhi,
I'm just looking at I'm Kawhi. Like I'm taking into account basketball.
Yep.
I'm taking into account lifestyle of where I'm going to live.
Okay.
Weather, everything.
I agree. LA won.
Yeah. I mean, he already has property there. He's from there. If you're rich, it doesn't really matter how expensive it is. And I know number 4 is the Knicks.
Okay.
Okay. Because I don't think the dude wants to deal with the East Coast media or the cold weather.
I agree.
Like, if you could deal with the media and the cold weather, like New York, if you're rich, is a really good place to live. I'm out. Like, I couldn't afford to do it right, and I don't want to deal with those people. And I grew up in that area. I have no desire to deal with those people. So it's Mavs in Miami. And the Mavs have Luka and KP to offer. And I know they could do this without a sign and trade. They could sign and trade KP. They could also just do a 1-year contract with Kawhi Leonard because they'll have enough money. They could do that. And then the Heat, you're looking at it, it's Miami, and it's Jimmy Butler, and Bam.
Yeah.
Now what is a better team?
Mm.
Luka, KP, and Kawhi?
Ooh.
Or Kawhi, Jimmy, and Bam?
Damn.
Plus, you got Spoelstra versus Kidd. And Spoelstra's a good coach.
Riley versus
and
Cuban.
Riley and versus Cuban. I'm going to let Nico in.
That's a good question. And Oladipo was there, didn't play well, and now he's a free agent. Jimmy, Bam, Kawhi,
and Miami versus.
Well, let's just take the basketball fit first.
That's tough. Like we have the most important part, which is the bigger superstar.
Yeah.
But I Jimmy's better than KP.
Yeah.
And Bam is probably better than KP.
Yeah, I'd take Bam.
So I mean, you got what? You got one. You would have, in terms of the superstars here, 1, 2, and what? The last one. And in Miami, you would have, depending on who you think is better.
That might be a slight lean towards the Heat because of the depth of their top guys.
Right, but how many do you lose around them? Like, you're going to have a very thin roster.
Yeah.
When you have Bam and Jimmy Butler. And then, you factor in Spoelstra versus Kidd and Riley versus Cuban. Oh, I think it's tough. I think it's a pretty good toss-up. Miami's good, plus the Eastern Conference, but does he want to play there? How far does he want to be from L.A.? Literally, there are not many places that you could go to that are farther from L.A. than Miami.
Yeah, but it's Miami.
But it's Miami. So, and Kawhi seems to like the warm weather. Who knows?